But in real world applications, we also need to be able to add dynamic parameters to the URLs. For example, if we have a blog post that we want to view, we most likely want to add the blog post ID to the URL. So the URL would be something like /blog/post/the post ID. So let's see how we can add this kind of blog post page by using the dynamic routes. So in order to add a dynamic route, let's first add a new folder to our blog folder called post. Because again, we want the route to be /blog/post/the post ID. Then inside of this folder, we are actually going to create a new folder because now the last parameter, so the ID, it's dynamic and we don't know what it is beforehand. So in order to use a dynamic parameter for the route, we need to add brackets and then the parameter name and closing bracket like this. And this variable name ID could be anything, but in this case, we have the post ID in there, so I'm gonna name it ID. And then again, as previously, when we want to add an UI for the route, we create the page file. So let's add a new file, page.tsx, like this. And now let me add some code over here and let's go through it together then. Okay, like this. So again, we are exporting the React component from here, but now we can get as a parameter called params, and inside of that will be the route variables or the variables from our routes. So in this case, we named it ID over here, so we can access the ID from the params like this. And just to demonstrate this, I'm just printing here blog post and then the blog post ID. But in real world, you would want to use this ID to fetch the blog post from a database, for example.